Sup guys, Ridgedog here. Today I'm going to show you a quick and easy method of making 3D meshes for blocks in Minecraft version 1.8, which is coming out soon, so you better get working on those 3D meshes for your blocks for Minecraft version 1.8. Okay, well here I am in Yog Labs. I've been working on updating a few things here, and one of them is I was trying to make a few of our custom textures into 3D models for use in the videos that we make. And I found a new tool that's been released by a guy named Flavion over on the bdcraft.net website, which is the same guys that makes Fax, the texture pack that you see us using in a lot of things like this table, and this wool is Fax, that's Fax. The latter of those are, and I wanted to make it into a 3D mesh. So I donated and downloaded this program called BD Cubik Pro. I'm just going to pull that up here, and it's just a really simple way of making 3D meshes for blocks. I'm going to show you how to do the latter right now. I figure if I'm doing it, I might as well show it. Views, load a picture for all views, select the ladder, open. You can follow along at home. Don't do that, just watch. You could do that later. When the image loads, you're going to see a top, a left, and a front view of the ladder as it will be displayed. Now you see the same texture because I don't have separate textures for the ladder, but you can load separate textures in each one of these for what to use. Today I'm just going to use the texture we had, and you select Add a Cube, and you left click to drag, right click to expand, and you create these cubes and place them over the texture where they're going to grab the texture from. It's just the easiest way to begin. And I don't want, from the top down, I don't want the ladder to actually be out in the middle of the block. So I'm going to drag the rails as they're going to be all the way against the back edge. I don't actually want the rails to be thin either. So I'm going to move them up and expand them like that, so that we have some decently large rails. And we'll add some more cubes, 4 more cubes for the rungs. So I'm just going to put them here and here, and I'm going all off the front view because that's what we are used to seeing when we're looking at a ladder, the entire texture just from the front side. And you can see here on the top and on the left side we've got those rungs out in the middle, so we need to move them back. I'm going to put them right in the middle of those rails that we created, and you can see the entire thing happening down in the bottom right hand corner. And what we're left with is a good 3D model of the ladder as we'll see it in game. So if you have the Pro version, you Control and Shift, and then you click on the camera, you can actually move around and see what it's going to look like when you're done. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. I think the rungs are away from the back wall. They're kind of in the middle of the block. That's good. I'm satisfied. I like that. I like that. The problem is, now these rungs are too thin to grab the entire texture. Here, it's going to only grab, like, I guess, the middle of just along the edge of this dot. And I want it to grab this entire texture and maybe smush it. Well, Sfax added a really easy method of doing that. You just click on the rail and on the UV, and this is going to actually let you assign where you want it to grab the texture from. And then you left click to move, right click to drag. And what I'm doing is I'm telling it to grab the entire rail and then smush the texture. And then I'm going to tell it to grab these little pips for the top and the bottom, so that when you're looking at the top or the bottom, it's going to look like that little square like right there. And I'm going to do that same thing for the other one. Top, bottom, left side, right side. Okay, and so those two are done. Now the rungs, I don't want it grabbing some random section of no texture down here, so I'm going to click on each rung. And the sides don't really matter. That's what the red sections are. The green is the front and the back. That's fine. The blue is the top and the bottom. I want it to grab the entire rung and smush it for the top and bottom view. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to move it, drag it, move it, drag it. Awesome. So I'm going to do that for all 4 of these. Now, something that's really cool is that for now, the grid snaps to a 32 by 32. Pixels, but soon he's going to make it so that you can select even more. So you're going to be able to do those high-res textures that you've made custom for maybe your server or for any texture pack really, and you'll be able to go into here and make your own 3D models of these blocks. So I've got the textures all assigned where I want them. I've got the model looking all spiffy and nice and good. So I just go over here into edit and I change the name of it to ladder. And I don't want it 3D rendering in the inventory so it doesn't slow us down. We're going to just turn that off and we're going to type ladder in there and hit OK. And then we're going to file, export, which is in the JSON format, JSON, which is the Minecraft format for 3D blocks. And just save that. And that's going to show up in the folder that the PNG was in. Here's the original PNG and here's the JSON. Now we need to put that in the texture pack before it will, or the resource pack, so that before it will load in the game. So let's go to our resource pack folder. I don't want to overwrite what's in there now, so I'm just going to copy that out and paste so I can edit the copy. We'll go in there, go in the assets, go in Minecraft. Now you're not going to have this folder, so you'll need to create it. Models. Just right-click anywhere and select Create a New Folder and call it Models if you're in WinRAR. And then in that, you're going to go into Block. And then in that, you're going to go into Meshes. And you got to create each of those. And once you're inside of Meshes, put the ladder.json there. Okay. And in-game, it really should just be as easy as going to your resource pack and loading up the texture pack. And fingers crossed that this actually works, because this is literally the second texture I made, and the first one was a major failure. Not texture, I guess model is the colloquial term. And let's see what we did. Oh my god, it's a texture of a ladder! It's got the pips right in the center on the top and on the bottom. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And the rungs are centered on the rails. Oh, the entire thing is just so cool looking. And I know nothing about 3D modeling, and I figured this program out in a matter of minutes. Now that I finished with these ladders, I need to do some other textures. I'm going to do things like the diamond block and the chiseled stone, like over here. I'm going to maybe recess that part and these parts here and pop this out a little bit. It's going to look really cool. I can't wait to get to work on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to the program in the description, and get yourself the trial of this model creator and give it a go. I really love it. I think it's awesome, and I'll catch you all later. Okay, bye-bye now.